Education Program Supervisor in English, Dr. Mayan M. Humwad, to our school heads, English cluster coordinators, and teachers. A pleasant day to everyone. Being prepared in the opening of classes in the new normal system should be given utmost importance. The effort and initiative of our supervisor in conducting this orientation for different modalities and the utilization of the English self-learning package will surely guide us in our journey. Since you're already familiar with the parts of the module as well as the instructional learning plan matrix, I would like to share to you the process that we have undergone to come up with a simulation during the division training of teachers on the English on the learning management system. The first thing that we have done was to read thoroughly the English self-learning package of Ma'am C.C. Ragul, a grade 7 module writer. I believe in, in Benjamin Franklin's in what Benjamin Franklin said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That is why we designed a plan by unpacking the milk assigned, which is use the passive and active voice meaningfully in varied context. Since there is no sub-competency, we assume that all tenses of this topic will be included. With regards to Ma'am Cece's module, she covered the simple tenses only. So in the simulation, we focused only on the simple present and past tenses and the transformation of sentences in active and passive voice. This time, I would like to present the instructional learning plan matrix for this English self-learning package using the prescribed matrix of the Division Memorandum number 843, Series 2020. So may I present to you my screen. As we assess the English self-learning package, we thought that it would be covered for 1 week. As what I have said earlier, we unpacked the milk. So this is how we did it. In the first column, we wrote the expected week that this module will be taken up. Since this is module 3, this is scheduled from September 7 to 11, 2020. So we divided it according to the days of the week. For Monday, these are our specific objectives. Identify passive and active voice in present and past tense in varied context. Change passive from active voice. Use the passive and active voice meaningfully in varied context. Then we proceeded to the introductory, which contains the following preliminaries before starting the virtual class. So we have prayer, we check the audio and the voice quality, the attendance, the reminders, as well as the house rules. Before we filled out the cognitive process and techniques, strategies, illustrations, columns, we filled out the learning activities first to ensure that we can properly plan, manage, and implement developmentally sequenced teaching and learning process from simple to complex. In this column, this is where you will see the parts of the English self-learning package. On this part, you will appreciate the process that we have used in our module because it is easy to follow, although you have to consider always the scope of your specific objectives. The first activity is what I know. This is an assigned pretest that must be taken up by the students before starting the online class. Learners are expected to have answered the activity in the LMS. Maybe some learners have not answered the pretest yet. Hence, you need to ask them before you begin the class. The activities that follow are patterned in the English self-learning package until the session of the first day is over. The last column, for the cognitive process, techniques, strategies, illustrations, columns, they are, of course, self-explanatory. So we'll move on to the last column. The last column, which is the assessment, is the evaluation for the first day. This is a 10-item quiz. For the second day, we followed the same process in filling out the matrix, but we focused on the future tense, which was not included during the unpacking of the competency in the first day. We utilized the remaining activities in the ESLP to ensure that all tasks are based from the module. Of course, we have to remember that it is always the discretion of the teacher on how many days he or she covers the competency based on the responses of the learners. Although there are instances that the activities in the ESLP are all used up. Then, you may add new tasks aligned to the competency. With the plan that we have made, we have decided to allot 2 days, which is Wednesday and Thursday, for the performance task of the students. And that is, they are going to make a vlog. Yet, finding out the learners who have not mastered the MELC based on the assessment result, intervention or enhancement activities will be administered on the 5th day. That will be on the Friday. Remember, teachers, that this instructional plan matrix is just a sample and a guide for you to make a plan on your own. But teachers are innately creative and innovative, so you can always improvise. According to Michelle Elliott, the model curriculum guides you by expanding on the standards, but you have a lot of freedom with it in how you teach. It gives you a goal, but how you get there is based on whatever you think will work best for your students. Now that you have already planned the activities based on the ESLP, you are now ready to navigate the learning management system. So here's Teacher Karl J.V. Blaquera to orient you in the system.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Jojane Gelbolingo, our English department head, fellow teachers, everyone, good afternoon. So before we proceed to the technical stuff, let us have a short overview, or for some of you, review on what is LMS. Okay, let me share to you my screen. Okay. All right. So, what is a learning management system, or LMS for short? A learning management system is an online software application that is used on many schools all over the world. So, it is mainly used on colleges and universities. There are many types of LMS, for example, Google Classroom, Schoology, Edmodo, Quipper, and many more. So the Department of Education's LMS is powered by the Moodle platform. Moodle is a free online learning management system which enables educators to create their own private website and courses that extend learning anytime, anywhere. So, spearheaded by the Department of Education's EdTech unit, the DepEd LMS was created to be used as a support resource for the DepEd Commons. This is a part of the digital rise of the current administration. But because of the current pandemic, DepEd LMS will be used to bridge the gap of the online distance learning. The the DepEd's learning management system is free for all. This is the official website that will be utilized by the public teachers all over the country in order to create and organize a structured delivery of their lessons. So let's now talk about the features of the DepEd LMS. Okay, first one, inclusive education. The DepEd LMS has accessibility features for the blind and deaf learners, interactive assessment and activities. It has a lot of different types of activities and assessments that will keep the learners engaged. Automatic checking and grading, compatible on all devices. So the DepEd LMS will adjust automatically on the current device that you're using, whether you're on PC, laptop, tablet, or even mobile devices. Now let's proceed to the hierarchy of administration of LMS, DepEd LMS. Everyone will play a role in the administration and management of the DepEd LMS. It starts with the DepEd Central Office. They will give a protocol to each regional IT officers. So the regional IT officers will be the one to be the managers of their specific regions. Now, the regional ITO or IT officers will assign the division ITOs to be the manager of the different divisions inside the region. Then down to the district level, and then finally to the school level. The school IT officer will deploy the individual teacher accounts to be course creators so that they can upload or create their lessons. So that was the short overview of the background and features of DepEd LMS. Next, we will now discuss the step-by-step process on creating an account as well as creating a course. Okay, so next step is we need to open up our browser. Our browser are the Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox. Use what you want. So first, we need to go to this URL or website address, https lms-test.deped.gov.ph. Okay, let me just switch my screen. Okay, one second. Okay, so I have here my browser. So I will go to lms-test.deped.gov.ph. Click enter. Okay. So this is the DepEd Learning Management System. For us to have access on this website, we only need to create an account. Okay, click the login icon on the upper right corner. Okay, now you will see this interface. At the lower right, click create new account. Now this page will load. Okay, all you need to do is fill up the details as accurately as possible. So first will be the username. It is highly recommended that you use your DepEd email as your username. So I will type mine. Okay. So for the password, it is important that your password has at least 8 characters with a capital letter, small letter, special character, and a numeric character. Okay, so next, scroll down to fill up your email address. Remember, use your DepEd's email address. Then just copy it to the next tab. And then first name, starting with a capital letter. And then surname. Then city and country. Right. So after that, the DepEd LMS has a security question on this part. This is to avoid what we call robots. Just follow the instruction and then click create my account afterwards. So click this one. So I will choose images with pedestrian crossings. Okay, after that, hit create my account. Okay, so since I already have my account, I will just click cancel here, and let's try to log in to the DepEd LMS. Okay, so once you are logged in, you will see this interface or the front page of the website. So this is called the dashboard. On here, you will see the main features of your courses, the overview of the courses that you have enrolled or made. So On the right panel, or on the right side of the website, you will see a less than icon. Okay, click that. So the DepEd LMS has a feature that you will see the online users for the past 5 minutes. Okay, this is all throughout the country. You will have the ability to chat them. Just click the bubble icon and you can chat with them real time. To minimize that, just click the greater than icon. Okay, so now you have your account. You want to edit your profile. To do that, just go to the upper right corner, click the inverted triangle icon, okay, and look for the word profile. Click that. Afterwards, go to edit profile, and then this interface will load up. So you may add or change informations here. You may add a short description to your page or to your profile. You can also add picture. Okay, just drag an image here, and then after that, click update profile. All right. So once you have logged in, your default role is a student. Okay. In other words, you still don't have the ability to create a course or to add a course. To do that, just coordinate with your school ICT officer so that he can assign a role to you as a course creator. Okay, so you have updated your profile. You are familiar with the dashboard. Now let's go to the main purpose of the DepEd LMS, adding a course. So to do that, hit the house icon on the left side of the panel, which is called the site home. Okay, on this page, it should show the main regions all throughout the country. Just go to your specific folder or categories until you find your school. If you can't find your school, it means that your school has not yet been added to the system or to the DepEd LMS. Coordinate to the district ITO so that they will add your school to the system. So I'll click Davao City. Okay, and cluster 1. And here's our school. Okay, so inside our category or our school folder, okay, it is subdivided into the departments. Okay, since I belong to English department, I will click this one. Okay. And this is my grade level. And here is my folder for a specific subcategory. On this folder, I will add my course, or each teacher should be adding their specific courses here. Courses are the lessons or the modules that you will add as a course. But for this demonstration purposes, we'll be using the folder of my colleague on English department. Okay, grade 7. And we'll be using Mrs. Akiatan's class to add a demo course. This is just for the sake of demonstration. So when this page loads, okay. So this is the button that takes us to the adding a new course. Click on that and this page will load. Okay, so the first one is the course full name. Okay, on this portion, this will be our subject. It is important that this field should be complete. Okay, start by putting in your school ID, followed by the grade level, then the subject matter. Why are we doing this? This is to avoid confusion. For example, there are a lot of grade 1 students all over the country. So we need to be specific as possible so that students will not be confused when finding your class. So our school ID is 304366, followed by grade level, grade 7, and subject matter, English. We can add more information like first quarter. This is the course full name. Next is the course short name. Short name is just an abbreviation of the full name. So we can add 304366 G7 ENG first UTR. Okay, scroll down. You may add a description on your course. This is a short paragraph. You can also add design on your course by adding an image. And scroll down further, you will see course format. So click on that. The default number here for the number of sections is 4. So we need to change that into 10. Why? Because a quarter has 10 weeks. So we need to change that into 10. And then after that, click Save and Return. Let's just wait for the system to load. Okay, so now the course that we have created should appear on your folder. So here it is. Right, so we are now ready to add content, to add your quizzes, activities, assessments to your course. To help us walk through to the process, here is Sir Andrew T. Hui, my colleague in the English department, to share his screen.
Thank you, Sir Karl. Again, a pleasant day to everyone, especially to our English program supervisor, Dr. Mayan Mumwad, department heads, and master teachers of the Division of Davao City. At this time, Mrs. Akiatan and I are going to present to you how to navigate the English self-learning package written by Ma'am CCR Ragol of Daniel R. Aguinaldo National High School. I will cover the first 5 or 6 activities of the English self-learning package of Ma'am Ragol. Since Sir Karl has already created a course for the grade 7 level, we can now start adding activities or resources in it. Allow us to share our learning management system this time. As you can see, you already have there your course. So click access or click the title of your course. Then it will direct you to the interface of your course. If you've noticed, you have there announcements, topic 1, topic 2, and until that's topic 10. To begin with, we have to organize the interface of our course so that it will align to the weekly learning plan. We can start by organizing the labels so that students will have an easy time navigating the course page. To start, all topics, the word topics, should be changed to weeks. To do this, click the pencil button beside the topic. Let's go first to topic 1. Okay, by the way, before we proceed there, or before you can see the pencil button, you have to make sure first that you have turned editing on. So to do that one, go to the upper right portion of your screen and then click Turn Editing On. Once it has been turned on, then the edit remarks can already be seen in your interface. Again, as we will change all the topics to weeks, we are going to do this one by clicking the pencil button right beside the word topic 1. So we change this one to week 1. And then click enter. So you already have there week 1. We will now do these steps in the remaining topics. So the topic 2 will be changed to week 2, week 3, week 4. But for the purpose of this presentation, we're only going to change first week 1. Second, we are now going to add a label. To do this, click Add Activity or Resource under week 1. And then look for the word label. Look for the icon label. Once you have found it, click Label. For the label text, write day 1. And then scroll down. Click Save and Return to Course. So when we return to our course, we already have there day 1. So if we will go back to the weekly learning plan we have created, in day 1, we will have several activities. To add another activity, click Add an Activity or Resource. Based on the English self-learning package of Ma'am Ragol, her first activity is entitled Arrange the Words. Out from the activities and resources in the learning management system, the closest activity would be the H5P feature entitled Drag and Drop. So all you have to do first is to click the H5P icon. And then write the name, arrange the words, inside the description box, you may write the instructions of that activity or the directions of that activity. So you can type there, drag or arrange the words to make a sentence. Once you have already completed the description box, scroll down and go to the package file portion of this page. If you've noticed, there's a link entitled Content Bank opens in new window. Click that link and it will direct you to another tab containing the Content Bank. On the right portion of your screen, you will see an Add button. Kindly click the Add button. When it drops down, it now features or it now presents the different content types of an H5P feature. There are more or less 20 to 30 features in that H5P. So for this activity, we're going to make use of drag and drop. So look for drag and drop and click it. Drag and drop activity is used to group elements that belong together or have something in common. It is also used to match an object with another object, or to put elements in the correct order, or to place elements at a correct position. So, to start with, let us write the title of the activity, Arrange the Words. And then, under background image, you will see an Add button. Click it. So at this time, if you click the Add button, you will be directed to your folder. Look for the picture that you want to present or that you want to use in that activity, and then select it. So this time, I have already selected a picture. Click Step 2 now. So if you've noticed, in the Edit tab or in the Edit bar, you will see three icons. You will see the drop zone, the text, and the image. The very first thing that we're going to do is to click Add Drop Zone. So once you click the Add Drop Zone, a task menu will appear. So inside the label, let's write a label. In my case, I'd like to label it with 1. Next, if you want each box to contain only one answer, scroll down a little, then click this drop zone can only contain one element. Click Done. To resize or to move this box, we can just drag it towards the position that we would want it to be. Since we have already created a drop zone, we can now insert a text. Position your cursor to the text button and click Text button. Then write a title for the text. For example, we can write word 1. In the text box, write the first phrase or word. For example, the boy. After, under the select drop zone, click 1. That means the phrase the boy, which we have written, should be placed by the learner on drop zone 1. You're done, click done. And to resize the text, press on the handles and drag it. We can also move this one wherever we would want to position it. This time, I want you to double click drop zone 1 again. Then scroll down, look for the select correct elements. Click the boy. Once you have clicked the boy, you may already click done. For the next words, we will still follow the same steps. We will start with the drop zone, adding drop zone. Then we can label it with 2. Tick again the box. This drop zone can only contain one element. Then click done. So after, position the box beside the first box. To add text, click again text. Type word 2 for the title. In the text box, write now the second word, shoots. Then, for the drop zone, click 2. Click done. If you've noticed, you already have there the word shoots. Again, you can resize this one by pressing the handles or drag it towards the position where you want it to be. So after we have created a text, let's double click again, drop zone number 2. Look for the select correct elements, then click text shoots. After which, click done. For the final phrase or word, we will do the same step. The very first step again is to add drop zone. So we'll click add drop zone again. And then for this time, we'll label it as 3. Then click again. This drop zone can only contain one element. Click done. Next, we're going to add a text again. To add a text, click text. In the title, word 3. Then, in the text box, write the final phrase, which is the ball. Select drop zone number 3. Click done. Click again or double click again the drop zone number 3. And then select the ball. And then click done. So once you are done entering all the words, now it is time to arrange the words shoots, the boy, the ball by dragging them to their positions. So maybe we can start with the word shoots, and then the boy, and then the ball. After, add range if you want. Scroll down. In my case, I want the score range to be from 0 to 100% since this is only a one-item activity. So if you would want to have two ranges or 0 to 50 and 51 to 100, then you can add range. For the purpose of this demonstration, we'll just only have one score range, which means from 0 to 100%. So fill in the feedback with great. So instead of writing there 0 to 100%, you can write the word great. So that when your students will get the correct score, they will see the word great. So once you're done, click save. So scroll down, then click save. Let's just wait for a little while. There you go. It will now direct you to the activity that you have just created. Let's try to answer. Let's drag the words to their correct positions. Then once we are done, let's click check. Now let's start with the boy. I think the boy will go first to drop zone 1, followed by shoots, followed by the ball. For which, click check. Scroll down a little. There you go. So if you got the correct answer, you will see feedback, great. If you are already satisfied, click close. However, if you want to edit some, you can click edit. So if you've noticed, in the content bank, we already have one activity entitled Arrange the Words. To add this to the activity or resource we have created, we will now go to our Previews tab. There. So we will go back again to this tab. Go to the package file portion under the description box. Click the arrow or double click the arrow. Then click Content Bank on the left portion of your screen. Select the Arrange the Words activity. Then click Select File or select this file. There you go. So you already have the H5P activity in your activity. After, we can edit other options below to our preference. For example, if we only want students, if you only want to read, for example, if an activity will only require students to just read a text perhaps, or a document, we will set the grade to none. So for example, let's click the arrow in grade, or let's click grade. Again, if you want just students to read a document, we will set the grade to none or 0. However, for this activity, we will set the maximum grade to 100. Next. If you want students to complete the activity before proceeding to the next one, make sure to set the completion tracking to show activity as complete when conditions are met. To do this, click Activity Completion. Then, in the completion tracking, click the arrow up and arrow down. It will present different options. So in my case, click the box required grade if you want students to receive a grade to complete the next activity and proceed to the next one. So in my case, I want students to receive a grade to complete the activity and proceed to the next one. So we're going to click that one. Once you're done, save and return to course. So scroll down, then save and return to course. So you already have there the first activity entitled Arrange the Words. Next activity in the English self-learning package is entitled While on a Break. In this activity, students will read a dialogue. So we can just upload a file here. To do this, again, make sure that the turn or the editing button is on. Then click Add an activity or resource. Again, look for File. Click it. I'm going to write the name of the activity while on a break. In the description box, we can write the direction. For example, read the dialogue. I will click Display Description on course page so students can automatically see the instruction. We're now going to select a file by clicking the arrow button. So we can upload here a PDF file, a Word document, or any file that you want to upload. So to do this one, on the right portion of your screen, you will see different options. In the middle, you will see Upload a File. You can click that one, and again, it will direct you to this interface. So choose File, click Choose File, and look for the document that you want to upload in this activity. For the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to upload a PDF file entitled What's In. So, click Upload this file. You will know if it is already uploaded once you will see the PDF icon under the Select Files. So right now, we can already see the PDF already been uploaded. Again, let's scroll down and let's edit other options. Let's go to activity completion. Let's click activity completion. Again, if you want students to read the dialogue first or open the PDF file first before proceeding to the next activity, click Show activity as complete when conditions are met. Very good. Here, the activity completion tab. If you are already satisfied, you can click Save and return to course. So there you have it. We already have 2 activities based from the module of Ma'am CC Ragol. Let's take a look at the second activity, While on a Break. Let's click While on a Break. There you go. So it will now direct you to the PDF file that you have uploaded in that activity. So in this case, students will just have to read the dialogue in this PDF file. This time, we will now transfer the third activity of Ma'am Ragol. Let's go back again to our course page. The third activity of Ma'am Ragol will require students to watch a video discussion. Although we can still use the file feature, I think an H5P feature would really be very interesting for the kids. So we are going to use an interactive video. To do this, we'll click Add an Activity or Resource again. This time, we will go to H5P. When you click the H5P feature, it will direct you to this page. So let's input the following information needed for the name. Let's write the title. So, for example, the title, Watch a Video. And then for this, the description page, we can write the directions. For example, we can say, watch a video and answer the questions. Again, since this is an H5P feature, we're still going to create an activity in the content bank. So scroll down a little and then you will see the link. Content bank opens a new window. Click it. And then there you go. We are now directed to our content bank. On the right portion of your screen, you will see again the Add button. Click it. It will present again the different content types under the H5P feature. Look for the interactive video. So since it's alphabetically arranged, it's very easy for you to find the content type you wish to use. Good thing about interactive video is that this provides a tutorial. So there you have a guide on what to do to upload a video or to add interaction. So since I'm going to walk you through this type of activity in the H5P feature, we can just click X and I'll just guide you along the way. So to start with, start by adding a video. Click the Add button. You can upload a file from your computer or paste a URL from a YouTube video or a supported video file. This time, let's try to go to youtube.com. Okay, so let me change my presentation so that you can see the YouTube page. Because I would also want to share to you how to convert a YouTube video to an MP4 file. So once you are on YouTube, search for the video that you would want to use in your activity. So for example, since we're talking about active and passive here, we can type active and passive voice. So choose the video that you would want to insert in your activity. For the purpose of this discussion, let's use the very first video entitled Active and Passive Voice from Tamum Writing Center. So let's click it. Again, you have two options, whether to upload an MP4 file or to copy a URL to the URL box in the activity. I will present to you first how to convert this YouTube video to an MP4 file. And then later, I can show you how to copy a URL to paste it in the URL box in our activity. So let us try to convert this video file first to an MP4 file. So go to YouTube to MP3 converter. It's ytmp3.cc/en13/. Actually, there are many websites that you can use to convert videos from YouTube to MP3 or MP4, but I prefer using this website. So since we are going to convert a video file from YouTube to an MP4 file, let's click first MP4. Once you have clicked it, paste the URL from the YouTube video. The URL can be seen, or the URL is in the upper portion of your screen. So copy it, that's the URL, and then paste it there in the URL box, and then click convert. So while it's still loading, again, there are two ways on uploading a video file. You can upload an MP4 file or copy a URL from the YouTube. So you already have there download, Dropbox, convert next. Let's click download. So if you've noticed on the lower portion of your screen, the downloading process has begun. Once it is complete, you already have an MP4 file of the YouTube video. This time, let's go back to the YouTube video on active and passive voice. This time, let us go to the YouTube video on active and passive voice. Let's go first again to YouTube. Okay, very good. So all we have to do here is to copy the URL again. And then let's go back to our course page in our LMS. So under package file, in our content bank rather, where the interactive video is created. So here, paste the URL and then click insert, passive voice. Then write the author. So let's go back to our YouTube page again, and then let's look for the author of the video. So if you've noticed, you have there Tamu Writing Center. And then scroll down a little. For the source, we can paste again the URL. So we'll go back again to our YouTube page, copy the URL, and then paste it. Scroll down. And then, okay, I think that's already fine. So close it. Click the X button to close it. So once saved, it will direct you now to the activity you have created. So let's try to watch the video. So there, on the 5th second, a question appears. So a student will have to answer this one first before he can proceed to the video. For example, let's click the first option. Scroll down. And then click check. If the student got it correctly, the student will see a feedback, which is great. So that's an interactive video. So let's scroll down, and then we can go click close. This time, if you look at your content bank, you already have two activities, two H5P activities. So you have arrange the words, which we have created earlier, and we have activity number 2. Just like what we did earlier, we'll go back again to our course page or to the activity we have created in the previous tab. This time, I will now turn you over to Ma'am Irene S. Akiatan to present the other activities.
Again, good day to our English Program Supervisor, Dr. May Ann Humuwad, to all the English Department heads and master teachers of the Division of Davao City. This time, I am going to show you other features that we can utilize in transferring our activities in the LMS. So for this time, I will transfer the activities, the next activities on Miss Rago, which is Transform Me. This activity requires a short response answer. In this activity, we are going to utilize the quiz feature because the H5P feature does not have the short response option. So to do this, we will do the same process shown by Sir Andrew Wee. So click Add an Activity or Resource. Then look for the quiz icon, click it. Okay, type the name of the quiz. Let's have Transform Me. Okay, let's just wait. Okay, next. In the description box, you may type directions or instructions. So let's have a rewrite the following sentences from active voice to passive voice. Then scroll down. Click Save and Display. Scroll down, please. So as you can see, we have already created a quiz, but we need to edit it and add questions. So click Edit Quiz button. Click Add. It's found at the right portion of your screen. Then select a new question. Okay, so as you can see in the quiz feature, there are a lot of quiz type options. So we have multiple choice, true or false, matching type, and a lot more. This time in our activity, we will use the short answer. Click Add. Then type the question name. So for example, let's have question 1. Let's just wait. In making our activities in the LMS, patience is really a virtue because internet connection is also a factor. So let's just wait. Okay, since we are done, let's have now the question. Okay, you may type your question. In the quiz feature, you can make it interesting. You may also add videos or pictures. So we have there the edit icon. So if you are going to add pictures, make sure that the pictures are already saved in your unit for easy browsing. So click the image button. Click the image button. Okay, let's type first our question. For example, Gabe paints the wall. Okay. Click the image button. Click Browse Repositories, and then upload a file. Since you have saved the file in your unit, then choose File, click it. Okay, then once you have chosen your picture, upload this file. Scroll down. You may have auto size or you may edit the size of your picture. So for this presentation, we'll just use the auto size. Then click Save Image. Okay, so it requires a description of the picture. So you will just type picture 1. Save image. Scroll up please. So you may edit your text, highlight it, and then click the arrow down. Heading, you may choose large, medium, small. So for this presentation, we'll have large. Okay, click the arrow down beside the font type or font size. And then select center. Okay, next, scroll down. Okay, default mark, but please do not forget since this will be graded or will be checked. Then scroll down. General feedback is optional. So you may just write there, great. Down please. Okay, let us now encode the answers. So for example, first is the wall is painted by Gabe. So since we have one specific answer for this quiz type, in the grade part, click the arrow and then select 100%. Next, if you think there are possible answers, you may add. Just do not forget to select 100% in the grade portion. So scroll down now. Click Save Changes in the lower portion of your screen. You do not forget to check the maximum grade, the upper portion of your screen. Okay, since we only have one question there, so you may just put the maximum grade is 1. But if you have 10 or 15 questions, then you may have edit it. Scroll up. Maximum grade 1, and then save. Scroll down. Up. Okay, so click the Transform Me Quiz tab at the upper portion of your screen. Hold on. So we have now a preview of the quiz that we have created. So click Preview Quiz now. Okay, so this is how our quiz will look like. So there is an answer tab where the students will type their answer. So for example, our answer is the wall is painted by Gabe. Scroll down. So the students will just click Finish Attempt if they are finished answering. And submit all and finish. Okay, so as you can see, that is how the responses will be shown after the student will answer the quiz. So now let's click Finish Review. If you wish to edit or add questions, you may just click the gear button at the upper portion and then edit quiz and then add. Then do the same process. Okay. For now, let's have another activity, how we are going to put our assignment in the LMS. So click the button week 1 to return to the interface. Then click add an activity or resource. And then look for the assignment icon. Click it. And then the assignment name, for example, create a blog. Okay, so you'll just still do the same process. So description, for example, or read the attached document, follow the instructions to create a blog. Next, scroll down. Okay, so just like what Mr. Andrew we discussed, we can upload a file, any type of file. So click upload a file, choose file. So your file may be in Word type or PDF type. And then scroll down, upload this file. Okay, so since this is an assignment, you can decide the availability of the file or the activity. So you scroll down. So there is a date for when you're going to allow the submissions, the due date, the cut-off date. So the teacher has the option and the date that he or she will allow the students to submit the assignment. Then go down, please scroll down. Submission type. So since we're going to adjust on the gadgets available to the student, click file, the type of file to be submitted, click accepted all file types. Down, accepted file types, choose all file types, then save changes. Then scroll down. Okay, save and return to course. Okay, so this is how we are going to create an assignment in the LMS. So this time, we will go back to Sir Karl Blaquera. He will introduce to us on how we are going to add our students or enroll our students in our LMS.
Okay, thank you, Mama Irene Akiatan, for that presentation. All right, so now you have created your course, you have added your activities, you are done organizing, designing. It's time to add your learners to the system or to your course. In other words, it's time to enroll them. So I will share my screen. The DepED LMS. Okay. So let's go back to the folder. Okay, let's go to Mrs. Akiatan's class. Okay, and let's access the course. So here are the activities that they have just created. Okay, so how do we enroll a student on the course? So go to the left part of the screen and find this icon or the silhouette icon. Look for the participants tab. Click on that. So this interface will load. Okay, so after that, click the Enroll Users on the upper right corner, this one. And a pop-up will appear. Okay, so on this portion, you may start searching for the student using the email address that they used or their name. A while ago, I created a demo student. Okay, I created a profile, same process as we have created our account. Let us search for the student. His name is Pedro Penduco. Okay, so this is just my sample account. Click on that. And once you see this portion, you can click Enroll Users. Okay. So once that is done, you will see now the name of the student below. Okay. The role is a student. So he can only view or interact with the activities that you have made. All right, let's try to see the view from the student. Okay, let's log out from my account. And let's log in using the student's account. Okay, so same process. Let's go to the specific school and then to the specific folder of the teacher. So region 11, let's go to Davao City. And then under Davao City, let's find your district. And then to your school. You remember this is the view of the student now. Pedro's view. So as you can see, it's the profile of Pedro. So under, he will go now to the English department and look for Mrs. Akiatan's class, grade 7. Okay, so let's just right. Let's go to Mrs. Akiatan's class. Okay, so now I can see the course. So the student to enter the course, he just need to click the access button. Right, so now he is ready to work with the module or the activities that we have just created. So let's try clicking the first activity here. Okay, so you can interact with this by arranging the words. Right. So it depends on the teacher on what activities that he wants or he or she wants Pedro to do on week 1. So all in all, that is the process on creating a course or creating an account, creating a course, creating activities and assessments, as well as the enrollment process. So let's now go back to Jojane Gelbolingo to give us a few words.
Thank you, Karl. Since you are well oriented with the modalities and the utilization of this English self-learning package, we are ready to serve the Filipino learners and guarantee that learning continues despite this trying time. In our journey towards the simulation in the division training of teachers on LMS, we realized that working collaboratively is one of the keys to success. So, I encourage all the department heads and subject coordinators to show full support and exert effort in giving technical assistance to teachers. That would be all. Thank you.